Initially, when I went to the States in the 70s, I could hardly boil an egg. And I decided one day that I wanted to try some Arabic dishes because we really missed it. You know, at that time, we would go to Burger King, if I could say the name, and that was like gourmet for us. So I went one day into the kitchen and I started making hummus, which is the easiest thing I've never done before. I didn't know what goes in it or what went in it, and it came out wonderful. So my friends, roommates, and whatever, they decided that they will delegate the kitchen to me. So I started experimenting on them, and lo and behold, I was creating dishes. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was creating dishes. And I was having fun with it. Later on, after college, I decided that I would really like to learn more the fundamentals of cooking. At that time, there was one lady, she was very well known on TV, American TV. Her name was Julia Child. Everybody knows her, I think. And I was following her almost daily. And I enjoyed doing some French cooking. And then I went to study it in academies. So I went to academies in Chicago and California and one in Houston, Texas. Yeah, I traveled around. So I gathered some of these things. And later on in the late 80s, I started my first restaurant, a restaurant named Juliet in Chicago. And it attracted a lot of women. It was French and Italian, actually. And then a year or so down the road, there was a restaurant that came empty next door. So I took it and I called it Romeo. And it was like a grease pit, you know, it attracted all men. So that was fun. So I had Romeo and Juliet. And then when I moved back to Bahrain, I sold them and decided to come home here. As I got older, I had the yearn back to do the restaurant business. So I started my first one, which was Vanilla Street Bistro, and that's in there I decided to introduce some American dishes. You know, something that you don't see anywhere in Bahrain at that time. And I started making pies, which is, you know, that you cannot get any more American than that. As well as I wanted to do pizza, but I decided to go with a specific kind of pizza, which is my favorite from Chicago. It's the Chicago stuffed pan pizza. And these two items in particular were a tremendous success. People just loved them because they are not used to them. Nobody made them in Bahrain on my scale. My next step is to do which another American hit that I really was a huge hit for us was the smoked meats, you know, smoked briskets, ribs, and sausage, and so on. So that's our next project. Inshallah, soon we'll be doing that. We are working on the restaurant right now, so it will be the Chicago Food Factory, and also by Nabeel. This is very American. You know, what I'm doing right now is just American down south cooking. So hopefully people will also enjoy that as much as they enjoyed it when I was doing it in the vanilla, and that was, you know, just like as a function. We've done it about 7-8 times. Yeah. Food for me is not something you need to survive. It's food is really all about creation. It's about fun. It's about therapy. It's about, you call it whatever it is. You have to do it with passion. You have to pick the right ingredients, and you know, don't go cheap on the ingredients. So to make a nice dish, you have to pour your soul into it. Otherwise, it's just fast food. My interest now, actually, what I really love to do is to teach people. I'd love to teach people how not only to cook food, but how to enjoy the food. And so it's coming. You know, I'd love to teach people different cuisines from France, Italy, Arabic cuisine, of course, American, Mexican, and others. But that will be coming, because I really would love for people to go and spend time and create something in the kitchen, put their own thumbprint on it. You don't follow recipes, just do whatever comes to you naturally, and you will do something people will love and enjoy.